Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks. Know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
We welcome you to Rose Hill Gymnasium on the campus of Fordham University in the Bronx, New York, where tonight the Varsity Media Sports Network presents the CHSAA Intersectional Class B Championship, featuring the 4th-seeded Crusaders of Cathedral Prep and the 2nd-seeded Mavericks of Moore Catholic. Tonight's championship game is sponsored by Maspeth Federal Savings Bank, as well as Leeds Brown Law, protecting workers' rights on and off the job. Well, good evening, everyone. Dylan Butler here with John Perez for the first of what will be 3 championship games. 2 tonight. We'll have the Class B championship and the Class A championship. And these are 2 teams who split regular season games, each holding serve at home. And it's been a long time since they've met each other here. Actually, not even here. They met back at Iona College when it was Iona College and when these lower-level championships were there. So you have to go back to the year 2000 for the last meeting between Moore Catholic and Cathedral Prep. In fact, Moore Catholic hasn't been in this game since that victory that night. Cathedral Prep, defending champions.
I don't want to sound like the old man, but nobody that's on the floor was born at that last meeting. Having said that, though, Dylan, yeah, it's been a long time. It's great to be back at Fordham. I think what's also interesting that we're going to talk about during the broadcast is 2 unconventional routes to the final, right? You look at Cathedral Prep, a team that was such a juggernaut last year, this year, riding that momentum but losing pretty much their entire starting lineup, but coming back and now 32 minutes away from the promised land. A good matchup between these two, and Staten Island out in full force, but so are the Cathedral faithful.
Yeah, you mentioned the route. We'll show you that route for both teams. Here's the bracket in Class B, and you see it was Cathedral having to go the upset route. First, relatively a home win, right? You're staying in Western Queens. You beat Cristo Rey from Brooklyn, and then you upset Regis, a team that beat Cathedral Prep twice during the regular season, a 49-35 win. Cathedral's head coach, Eric Nauman, says that was probably their best game of the season. And then Moore Catholic, they defeated a St. John's Prep team that we saw last year in the title game, a team that plays really good, probably the best 2-3 defense in this league against maybe the best shooting team in Moore Catholic as well. So what we're going to see here tonight as well are contrasting styles, right? Cathedral, you see there, Zaire Martin. This is a team that is going to be physical. They're going to battle on the boards. They're not that jump shooting team. Moore Catholic is the exact opposite. They will shoot the basketball. They've got multiple shooters. And you wonder a little bit, is the backdrop tonight, John Perez, a great equalizer? Because both of these schools also play in bandboxes at home, right? They both have that stage behind one of the baskets. So could a larger backdrop here play a factor?
If we're going based on those two styles, I'd be more concerned if I'm more Catholic because of the depth perception, shooting in the gym. And listen, if they're getting open looks and they've gone through their normal warm-up progressions and feel good launching some jumpers, then they'll be fine. Having said that, though, Cathedral's defense can play on any type of floor with any dimension, and you saw what they did against Regis, only giving up 36 points. That's probably the best defensive effort that they've had the entire year, and boy, did they need it against the top-seeded Regis team, who probably feels they should have been in this game, but of course Cathedral, the defending champs, looking to go back-to-back. Having said that, though, Cathedral, they'll want to slow it down against More Catholic and don't give them any open looks. And with that said, for More Catholic, they just have to continue to move the ball and find those open looks because eventually they'll get knocked down.
Let's take a look at the players to watch for Cathedral Prep, who a year ago defeated St. John's Prep. That game was up at Monroe College in New Rochelle. Talk about a big, wide open space there in Monroe. But a couple of guys who will be key tonight for Cathedral Prep, starting with Logan Catrez, as well as Mike Volmerhausen, both guys all-league players. You can see just by the picture of Logan, a guy who will battle underneath as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to see on the live stream the size of Volmerhausen, to see him in person. He's a grown man. He is, I don't have the height and weight in front of me right now, but that's all muscle down low underneath for Volmerhausen, who's somebody who can keep possessions alive on the offensive rebound, reset those possessions, and generate more shot opportunities for Cathedral Prep, who, against a team like More Catholic that's going to want to run and gun it and have a lot of possessions in their favor, for Cathedral, they're going to have time of possession on their side as well to continue their hot performance in the playoffs.
Let's take a look at the players to watch for More Catholic. And the Mavericks, as we said, they love to shoot the basketball. They are led by some really good guard play. And here are their players to watch. Cosmo Cangiano, another all-league player, 6'2", averaging 20 points per game in all-league selection. And their engine is Matt Carmelongo, their point guard, also part of that all-league selection.
Carmelengo, the captain with the golden chain. I mean, he's got swagger for days. Yeah, he is the straw that stirs the drink, somebody who, he could average 15 points a game, but when he's not scoring, he's good at facilitating. So he's someone that is not afraid to find the open look or knock down the open look. And it's really fun to watch tonight. Keep an eye on number 1 in white for More Catholic.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll return with keys and starters. You're watching the CHSAA Class B championship game presented by Maspeth Federal Savings right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring leaks, know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks. Know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks. Know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
We welcome you back to Rose Hill Gymnasium here on the beautiful campus of Fordham University in the Bronx. Dylan Butler, John Perez here with you for the CHSAA Class B Championship, the Class A Championship, which will also have Staten Island flavor with Monsignor Farrell taking on undefeated Nazareth. That comes up at 8 p.m. The code of conduct is being announced as both teams meet at midcourt. Let's show you the starting lineups for tonight's game. Today's starting lineups are presented by Leeds Brown Law, dedicated to pursuing issues of wage and tip theft. Here's the starting lineups for the visitors on the scoreboard tonight. Cathedral Prep, you see Miles Tucker, very much the engine of this team. Sean Miskovich, Miguel Guerrero, Logan Cotrez, and Mike Volmerhausen. For head coach Eric Nauman in his 6th season, a 1990 graduate of Christ the King. One of his shining moments, John Perez, was right here at Fordham University in 1989 when a team that featured him, as well as guys like Khalid Reeves and Derek Phelps, Carl Beckett, and Jamal Faulkner, won the AA championship, beating Rice right here at Fordham University.
Two Mount Rushmore Royals, to say the least, plus Reeves and Phelps. So at least that's what Nauman told us. This is a Cathedral team that is ready to go. The underclassmen who watched last year's championship, they were chomping at the bit for their opportunity, and it's a good group of guys, says Nauman, says it's really fun to coach, and it's really interesting, right? Because you can always make the argument as a coach you want to get more out of less, and that's what he's gotten out of Cathedral Prep. I don't want to knock the defending champs that they don't have the same talent that they do last year, but no reason to believe that they can't win a title tonight.
We'll show you the more Catholic starting lineup now, and very much the same lineup that they've had throughout the season. We mentioned before, you see it there, Matt Carmelango, their senior. He's a pure point, but he could also score the basketball. We mentioned Cangiano as well, a terrific scorer. You go inside to Ryan Arose, Mike Zay. We know Zay well from the football field. And the guy they call Abu, Bokai Vukai, inside as well to battle for head coach Tommy Burns in his 2nd season. a 1973 graduate of LaSalle. This is a special game for him. We asked him, do you remember the last meeting? He was like, oh yeah, I know the last time Moore Catholic was here because my son TJ was the MVP in that game when they defeated Cathedral Prep 40-37.
Just what a wonderful memory that is, and now he wants to win one as a coach. And if he wins one tonight, I don't know what more you can do if you're a Burns in the Catholic League. You've got an MVP pedigree. You've got championships now as a coach and as a player. That's what's on the line, at least personally, for Burns, but I know he cares more about the success of his guys.
Our referees for today's contest, Carlos Martinez, Jared Nash, and Brian Alvarado. An excellent crew for what we expect to be an excellent game. These two teams split their regular season matchups. You go back to Cathedral Prep, just behind the Queens Center Mall there in Western Queens. A barn burner, an 89-81 double overtime thriller won by Cathedral Prep. Game 2 was close as well. That is until Moore Catholic goes and scores 34 points in the third quarter to really open things up. So the Mavericks start. You see a little bit of continuity there, driving to the basket, rimming it around, and no good was Cangiano. And Guerrero comes down with the rebound. Nearly loses control. And the ball does, in fact, go off of a Crusader. That went off of Catrez, so it'll be Moore Catholic ball.
Not to read too much in the first possession for Moore Catholic, Dylan, but if they're going to attack the basket, knowing that they're a team that can step out and shoot it, if they're getting their points down low early on, it stretches out their offense, spreads the floor, and could be good for the Mavericks.
Good look down low, and another terrific defensive stop. Guerrero with the rejection, and now the Crusaders look to push it in transition. Catrez doubled, kicks it back out to Tucker, and he'll swing it to Volmerhausen. While we expect to see more in man-to-man, Eric Nauman said he might throw a little bit of junk at Moore, right? Make him think a little bit. That's what worked as a charge is called on Catrez. It worked in that semifinal when every fifth possession that is, you switched it up. You went a little you went man, of course. You start off with man. You go 2-3, you go 1-2-2, just to keep the opponent honest.
Not only does it keep it honest, but it also helps your defense and gives them a little bit of a blow as well.
Still scoreless here, and some more really good defense. And this time the ball goes Catrez's way. And you are right, man. He is diesel. Look at that.
I mean, his forearms are the size of my rims.
Chance of defense coming up from behind the Moore Catholic bench. I think that's their JV team. A traveling violation is called. We'll go the other way. So probably some early nerves as expected, right? Different venue, albeit it's an intimate venue, but obviously a different one than they're used to.
Well, and the light shining the brightest over here at Fordham. They know the stories, and they know how important this game is. And there's another block down low, and that'll get you excited for Volmerhausen, who's just trying to spark his team.
Yeah, good look, too, by Cangiano down to Zay, but another rejection. The ball stays with Moore Catholic underneath. There is Cangiano, swings it. Traveling violation is called.
And you can see the nerves. I'd be interested to see if Burns or Nauman calls a timeout to settle their teams down. Having said that, though, Dylan, you have to bring in the human element to this game, too, right? These are 15 to 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds who have been waiting all day. It's tough to keep track of their classes, obviously. They know that they have this game coming up later tonight, biggest game of their season, and want to get off on the right foot and might be forcing a few agendas early on.
Volmerhausen. It's now Catrez. 12 on the shot. He'll set the screen, and that is a brick wall that you're trying to get around. They lose it, and Moore Catholic comes away. Carmelango outside. Ooh, nearly losing the dribble was Zay. Up top, that jumper was short by Ryan Arose.
You know, and Arose is the captain. He's a very quiet, even-keeled player, and that's not really going to faze him. And having said that, though, there's a depth perception, and he'll be shooting into that Cathedral Prep crowd.
And again, both vantage points behind the basket is unlike anything they're used to, right? And you also don't get a shoot-around here. I mean, you do get your regular pregame warm-up, but it's not like you have a day before shoot-around, so you can kind of get used to the vantage point, getting to the basket. Second opportunity, and a charge was called. A foul underneath was called on Bokai Vukai.
You know, it's not like Burns or Nauman came out with the measuring tape, right, in Hoosiers, where they measure it's still 15 feet and 10 feet high.
In and out for that first free throw. There you see him again, getting to the basket. And there's the foul before the attempted putback. Second free throw is good. So we've got our first points of the ball game.
Nice solo home run there by Catrez.
And you wonder, even though it's just 1 point, what that will do for Cathedral Prep. Maybe just settling them down. And maybe this will do the same for Moore Catholic.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Aruz has done as well. You know, he gets the air ball, comes right back down the floor, gets a much easier shot, and knocks down the high percentage runner.
There's Miles Tucker. Eric Nauman would have loved to have him play as a two-guard, off ball a little bit, but he's had to be the point, knocks down the foul line jumper.
Yeah, he's good from the elbow in, hoisting, and that's his game. And unfortunately, just the numbers weren't there in the rotation, so he's had to have Tucker put on a little more of his plate than be just a two-guard.
Carmelango off the hands of Volmerhausen, and now he's got the ball in the open court, and he loses it. Does Carlos Martinez have a foul on the way up? He does not, so it's just stripped, and it will be Cathedral Prep ball. Good defense there by Ryan Arose.
Yeah, Arose doing a good job getting back, too, as Cathedral was leaking out, had the easy outlet layup, and closed the door.
Good swing, Miles Tucker. Good spot for him. He buries the corner triple.
Dylan, all it took was 4 minutes for these teams to finally warm up. Good to see, and a good open look for Tucker. And a foul down low. It should be against Quinones.
Miguel Guerrero called for the foul.
I apologize on that.
His first, team's second. This will send Moore Catholic's leading scorer, Cangiano, to the foul line. Knocks down the first.
When we spoke to Burns about the difference between Carmelango and Cangiano, he said they couldn't have been more different guys. Cangiano, that quiet leader, Cangiano very vocal, as opposed to Ryan. He's not afraid to police the locker room, get on his teammates, but also get in the trenches with them. And once he gets going, the rest of the team feeds off of him. And
you love, too, to have the different type of captains, right, where they can both bring something a little bit different to that leadership role. Volmerhausen tracks down the rebound of that Catrez miss, and Tucker will back it up.
You know, and I think that's the biggest misconception when it comes to leadership, especially for all the student athletes that have been watching us this year. You don't need to be that rah-rah guy to be perceived as a captain. There's a turnover. Lead by example, and others will follow.
Yeah, Miskovich, the traveling violation. 3:12 left here, first quarter. And it's an early 6-4 lead for Cathedral Prep. They are the defending Class B champions, defeating St. John's Prep in an entertaining final a year ago. That was a little further north, as you mentioned in the open, as we'll have a substitution for Moore Catholic into the game. Lucas Rodriguez, the big man, 6'5", 260, replacing Bokai Vukai. Looks like he's got to work on his sneakers a little bit. Not sure if he broke a lace or what the situation is there, but Rodriguez, a terrific story for Moore Catholic as well, an inspirational one. 16 on the shot. There is Rodriguez. Bounce pass a little bit too strong out to to Cangiano. Pulls up beyond the arc, back rim, no good. And the rebound goes to Miskovic. Tucker. Volmerhausen. He'll go from long range, no good. What a rebound, then pass back by Catrez, but Volmerhausen misses his second opportunity. Carmelango. Up top for Cangiano. Driving to the hoop. The layup is good by Arose.
What a burst of speed for Arose. The C opened up and an easy scoop layup for Arose.
Ryan Arose, the senior, averaging 10.8 points per game. To the basket, a little too strong. Catrez, the rebound, the putback, and the flex.
He's a tough guy to keep in front. Good footwork down low. As we take another look. Yeah, not much you could do if you're more Catholic. And boy, it's a big boy to try and stop.
And the free throw is good. So the three-point play is completed, and it's a 9-6 lead early on. That foul, by the way, was on Rodriguez. His first and the team's second. Back in the game is Vukai. He stripped on the way to the basket. Early thought here, Cathedral Prep really playing very good defense.
They're good. They're switching it up. They're throwing in the box one, a couple of zones, and primarily man-to-man. But, more Catholic, they wanted to shoot a bunch of threes and get a lot of open jumpers. We haven't seen that. We've seen them attack the basket, and that's because of the closeout defense by Cathedral Prep.
So Zay goes to the basket. He's fouled on his way there. So Michael Zay to the foul line. Football standout in the fall, and what a season they had on the gridiron, right? Reaching the championship game, losing to Holy Trinity. Second straight championship loss for Moore. Zay maybe hoping for some hardware here now in the winter. Misses both. Tracks down the rebound. This will be a jump ball, and it will be Cathedral Prep ball.
Well, and you just love the grittiness of Zay, right? A football player, not afraid to get down and dirty, dive for the loose ball. But the possession arrow favoring Cathedral Prep.
Final minute 31 of this first quarter. A low-scoring first quarter. Both teams trying to feel each other out here at Rose Hill Gym. What a venue this is. Not just collegiately, but as Guerrero plays volleyball off the backboards for the putback, but not just collegiate history, but a rich history in the Catholic League as well. This, for so many decades, is the championship home for the league.
Well, I'm a sucker for the Gothic look. I think it's the best gym in the tri-state area for college hoops, and you've got to come to a game, whether it's a Catholic League game at this time of year or just a Fordham game.
Cangiano, elbow jumper, no good. Guerrero rips down the rebounds. Inside the final minute of the first quarter, 11-6 for Cathedral Prep. The Crusaders ranked 4th in the CHSAA, more Catholic, number 2. Tucker, short on his three-point attempt. We're inside the final 30 seconds. Shot clock is off. Clearly not caring about that was Carmelango. He saw an open opportunity, decided to take it, driving to the basket, and a blocking foul called on Zay.
Conventional wisdom says hold the ball, you got the lead, take one shot. I like pushing the agenda for Cathedral Prep. Get more Catholic on the toes, build that lead, and do what you can, and that's exactly what Miskovic had in mind.
A lot of seniors on this team, right? Miskovic, the different in this starting lineup, a sophomore who wanted no part of being on the JV. He wanted to be up with the varsity team, and he's shown terrific improvement throughout the season as well. The concern was his strength, right, against bigger, older competition. He struggled offensively at times, but he's earned his spot and also earned a spot in the starting lineup.
And those are the players you want, who want to play at the next level.
Baseline, and that is good. Good-looking basket there by Cangiano, a much-needed one as well. Bucket. We mentioned him in the beginning, Zaire Macklin. I said Martin earlier. Mr. Macklin, I am apologizing for that because that was a big boy move by Macklin.
Cathedral Prep would love to get Macklin going, warm him up, and that way you never forget his name.
Lefty, he is Cathedral Zach Randolph. He completes the three-point play. Final 3 seconds from beyond half court. That attempt is up and no good by Cangiano. First quarter in the books, and it is Cathedral Prep. Get it inside to the big fella. Macklin finishes strong, and the Crusaders have a 15-8 lead over the Mavericks. You're watching the CHSAA Class B Championship game presented by Maspeth Federal right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
We welcome you back to Rose Hill Gymnasium on the campus of Fordham University. Dylan Butler, John Perez with you for the CHSAA Class B Championship presented by Maspeth Federal Savings. While we have an opportunity, I want to let you guys know as well, you want to hit that subscribe button here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you don't miss any of the action. We've got some terrific playoff basketball here in the CHSAA and the Catholic AA. John, we are here for the remainder. When the lights go out, we're still going to be here. We are here until we close. The quarterfinals on. Second opportunity. That's no good by Vukai. And the shooting woes continuing for the Mavericks. There's Tucker. He's got that valuable championship experience. Macklin to the lane, short. I think Vukai might have had something to do with that shot not going up. And Carmelango goes the other way. There's Vukai, a double-double machine for Moore Catholic.
Yeah, would like to see Vukai get some more touches. Was barely used in the first quarter.
Vukai drives to the hoop. Short. Jump ball. And we'll go the other way. Cathedral Prep ball.
Cathedral Prep so scrappy underneath, and they do a good job of the tie-ups as well without fouling. Didn't see too many fouls in the first quarter, which was a good sign. And for Cathedral Prep, they've done a fantastic job forcing the turnovers and making Moore Catholic look uncomfortable.
Volmerhausen turns on the baseline and gets the bucket.
Love that little sky hook, something that he's developed over the last year. Didn't have it in his arsenal in the championship winning season a year ago.
Foul line jumper is good by Carmelango.
Oh, Carmelango's always had that jumper, and if you give him some space, he'll knock it down.
Interesting as well, Volmerhausen and Carmelango, both with their first baskets of the game. Look at Guerrero, route one to the hoop.
Guerrero seeing that Moore was in the midst of a switch, blew right past him for the bucket.
Chance of defense from the Cathedral Prep faithful. Foul line jumper, Vukai. They call him Abu. Couldn't get it to fall. Tucker comes the other way. Dad part of the coaching staff for Eric Nauman. Nice scoop layup.
Guerrero's such a good slasher, too, and he's able to take anybody off the dribble, and we've seen that with the last 4 points for Guerrero and a foul down low.
A good drive there by Carmelango. And he'll go to the foul line. Macklin called for the foul. His first and the team's fourth. Carmelango misses the first. Zay checks back in. He's a kid who probably could score 15, 16 points a game, Carmelango, but he is that true point guard, that facilitator for the Mavericks. And now you see more Catholic picking up full court off the made free throw.
Well, they have to. Down 10, Cathedral Prep looks comfortable running their offense, and you want to try and get some turnovers and stops.
Zay called for the kick, according to Carlos Martinez. Demonstrative with his call. That is Zay's second. The fifth team foul as well. There's Miles Tucker, mentioned before, his dad, Menzo, one of the assistant coaches for Cathedral Prep. And Eric Nauman admitted that's tough, right? Not only you've got two voices, you're always going to listen to your dad, you've got to be on the same page. Back off the rim, no good. Rebound tracked down by Christian Trembone. First time we're seeing Trembone. Here comes Abu.
And good to see Abu run the floor well, fill his lane. But, just to hit on that point, too, with Tucker, both Tuckers, obviously, for Cathedral Prep. It's a good balance because of the culture that Nauman has facilitated, and usually those two are on the same page, and they love when Miles Tucker is getting his floater to go.
7 now for Tucker. And the lead is 10 again. More Catholic, a team that has the opportunity to go on runs. Here comes Macklin. Oh, big baby. Timeout by More Catholic after Macklin runs the floor and gets the bucket.
What a job down low by Macklin, who's able to fill his lane, looking like a wide receiver. Touchdown, Zaire. And it's all Cathedral now.
So a 30-second timeout by More Catholic. 4:21 left in this first half. Game 1 of 2 here tonight.
One thing that I forgot about Fordham, too, is how much the noise carries.
Yeah.
Right? It's such a cavernous gymnasium, and let's be honest, there's not the highest enrollment at Cathedral because it's such a small school. It seems like all of their students are here tonight. But just a booming voice carrying. I mean, they're probably about 200-300 feet away from us, and we could hear them as if they're right next to us.
Again, I want to thank Leeds Brown Law for their sponsorship today. If you're not paid weekly by your employer, you may be able to sue. Contact Leeds Brown Law today. And it's been, for me, I don't know about you, John Perez, it's been a few years since I've been here on campus, and still one of the more breathtaking campuses, right? You make the relatively short walk up the hill from the parking garage, and just scenic, beautiful campus. No matter what time of year it is, here is Guerrero, no good. Macklin, the rebound, tracks it down again. Macklin doubled, gets out of it. Catrez, ball pinballs around, and it gets to the capable hands of Miles Tucker.
And you want to slow it down, too, for Cathedral Prep. Just kind of settle into your offense, get it to your big guy, Macklin, who can open up the offense. But a good job drawing the charge for More Catholic, as that was Carmelango setting his feet and taking the bump from Macklin.
That is Macklin's second foul. 25-13, the lead, 3:45 to go here in the first half. It's been Cathedral all the way to this point. Jump ball. And we'll stay with More Catholic as Carmelango attempted the drive to the basket. Carmelango pushes it out to Cangiano. They'll play catch. Cangiano to drive baseline, pulls up, no good. Offensive rebound, good look outside. Carmelango!
Fantastic job by David Hill keeping that possession alive. Huge offensive rebound. Leads to 3 for the Mavericks.
Mavericks will love a little bit of a late run here. Catrez off the mark. Offensive rebound, though, by Macklin. Top of the key. Tucker for 3. No good. And the rebound goes to Vukai. And now the Mavericks will look to push. That shot off the mark. And so far, the Crusaders winning the battle on the boards. Guerrero underneath. Vollmerhausen!
Love to see the spurts out of Cathedral Prep, and that's why they've been so dangerous in the postseason. It's not a one-man show. Anybody can have their shine, and that's what they've had. And Cathedral Prep's going to call a quick 30.
We'll keep it right here on this 30-second timeout.
Oh, I guess they switched, sorry. Full timeout.
Oh, full timeout, so we'll take the break with them as well. 2:37 left first half. 27-16 lead for Cathedral Prep. You're watching this CHSAA Class B championship game presented by Massillon Federal right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
We're back here at Rose Hill Gymnasium on the campus of Fordham University. 2:37 left. Good timeout there by veteran head coach Eric Nauman for Cathedral Prep, just to set his team up here for the final couple minutes of this first half.
And, got a couple of more Catholic buckets. Want to slow them down. They're a team that feeds on momentum, a high-volume shooting team.
And stepping on the baseline and out of bounds there, 33, David Hill. What a story Hill has been as well. A guy who didn't play basketball during grammar school. Picked it up here, Catrez. They're kind of daring him to go to the basket. And over the back is called on Macklin. John Perez. Macklin, who's been so active on both ends of the glass, just picked up his 3rd foul.
You love the activeness, but you have to be smart too, knowing you've got 2 fouls, and that's a high risk, high reward, right? As Jack McKnight comes on for Cathedral Prep, and your coach is trusting you with 2 fouls. You need to make for certain sure that you're not going to commit a foul, and unfortunately Macklin called for number 3.
Carmelango, hands off. Vukai to the hoop, nothing doing. Stepping on the baseline, though, was Tucker, so the ball will stay with Moore Catholic. 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Carmelango steps out for 3. Off the mark, and the rebound tracked down by McKnight. Here comes Tucker the other way, pushing it. Catrez fires the pass. McKnight's runner in the lane, or the layup attempt, was no good. A Rose back to Carmelango. We don't have all of Moore Catholics, as that ball is thrown away, all of their score sheets from this year, but you've got to figure this the lowest scoring point here. First half total probably that they've had all season.
Yeah, and that's because they haven't had an open look. And back to the drawing board for Tommy Burns, who has gotten his team to have open looks. They just haven't been able to cash in down low and knock down the jumpers, and I expect that to change in the second half.
Rose back to Carmelango from long range. Front rim, no good. Vollmerhausen tracks down the rebounds. And now you see Cathedral Prep looking to slow it up a little bit here as we approach the 1 minute mark. Runner in the lane, rejected by Vukai, but then Vukai called for the foul underneath. Vukai's second foul, and that will send McKnight to the foul line with 1:06 remaining in this first half. First free throw rims around for McKnight, who is the soccer goalie for the last 4 years, so we know his hands are good. First year he suited up to play basketball. All he does is go after rebounds. A high-energy guy. And Eric Nauman says, wish that we had him around for all 4 years. Second free throw, no good. So an empty trip for Cathedral Prep. And here comes Moore Catholic looking to get back in this one. They love to cut this inside 10 points. Going into halftime. Driving, no good. Carmelango. Everything to the basket has been contested and more often than not good for Moore Catholic. As Cathedral Prep now. Again, they'll slow things down. Miles Tucker. You see the shot and game clock on the bottom right of your screen. Catrez foul line, drives, look out, get out of the way when Catrez is, he's like Ben Turchin's truck getting to the basket. 27-16, shot clock is off. Driving to the basket, and that one is good there by Arose. Arose has 6 in this first half, and again, Moore Catholic picks up full court. It's intercepted, and the layup is good. Christian Trembone off the full court pressure and turnover. 3 seconds. And Moore Catholic will be energized by the ability, 1, what they've been able to pick up on their full court pressure, and 2, by the ability now to cut it within 7. 1.3 seconds left. Hold on a second. Might be more time put on. And the referees will actually check the score books. I think they just want to double check either the score as now the officials again, Carlos Martinez, Jared Nash, Brian Alvarado meet at midcourt to discuss the issue. As Moore Catholic, it's been a rough shooting first half for the Mavericks, but they're going to be happy with their ability to at least cut their deficit to within 7. And that could be what we're looking at here, just checking the books, making sure everyone's on the same page in terms of the score. Again, scoreboard has it 27-20. And you know what that might have been, actually? We were informed before the game that McKnight was wearing 35. He's usually 0. It might not have been 0, or it might not have been 35 in the scorebook, which would result in a technical foul that Carmelango takes. That's what I'm guessing, and we'll get confirmation at the start of the second half. But I would put money on that was the case, that McKnight was in the scorebook as number 0 instead of 35 that he's wearing. So that discrepancy results in a technical foul against Cathedral Prep. Half-court heave by Carmelango is no good. So Moore Catholic has clawed their way back into this one, and they trail only by 5 at the break, 27-22. And there you see the pressure put on by Moore Catholic, resulting in the turnover, and the layup is good as the Mavericks have fought their way back into it. But the Crusaders lead it at half and will send it down courtside where John Perez has their head coach, Eric Nauman.
Eric, what was the discussion at the table before?
Jack McKnight had blood on his jersey before the game. We switched it. We never switched it in the book. So he's really number 0, but we had to change his jersey in the locker room, 35 to 35, and that's what happened. So when we put him in the game, they realize it, and I'll take the blame for that. But I'm disgusted with it.
All right, well, having said that, what were your thoughts on the first half overall?
Listen, I thought we played the first 15 minutes. We played great. The last minute was horrendous. We gave up 2 easy baskets. We rarely turn the ball over, and when you turn the ball over in the back court, that's 2 points to them. We cannot do that. We need a good shot every possession, and we were doing that most of the game. The first 2 minutes, 3 minutes of the game was ugly. I said first one to score might win, but then we picked it up in towards the end. We'll be all right. We'll go regroup now and see if we can keep it going. But our defense is playing really well.
All right, thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. Dylan, back up to you.
Thanks, John. And thanks, Eric Nauman. Halftime here at Rose Hill Gymnasium of the Class B championship game. And it is Cathedral Prep, the defending champions, with a 27-22 lead over Moore Catholic. We'll take a break. We get you some high scores and the return of this championship game, which is presented by Maspeth Federal Savings Bank right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks, know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks, know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks, know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your event or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks, know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks, know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
We welcome you back to Rose Hill Gymnasium on the campus of Fordham University. It's halftime here of the CHSAA Class B championship game, and it is Cathedral Prep with a 27-22 lead. Dylan Butler, John Perez here with you for this title game presented by Maspeth Federal Savings. I want to thank the folks at Maspeth for their continued support of our coverage, their continued sponsorship of the entire Catholic League playoffs going forward, and of course as well, Leeds Brown Law, defending you against workplace discrimination, harassment, and wrongful termination. Second half moments away. We'll quickly show you the high scores from the first half, and no surprise with this low-scoring game, no one in double figures as of yet. Carmelango heated up a little bit late, got those technical free throws as well. 8 points, 2 assists. Miles Tucker, the other floor general on the other side of things for Cathedral Prep, leading the way for the Crusaders. 7 points, 3 rebounds. And Ryan Arose as well with 6 points and a rebound. Active on the glass as well, Miguel Guerrero leading the charge for Cathedral Prep with 4 points and 5 rebounds.
And Guerrero's done a fantastic job defensively as well. He's done a good job shutting down numerous guards for Moore Catholic, and something that's just not showing up on the stat sheet, just stopping the momentum of those guards that can attack from the wing.
We have confirmation that technical foul was in fact because McKnight was not in the scorebook wearing number 35. He was a number 0, and that is a technical foul that he's not in the official book the correct way. Let's see if maybe momentum carries over here for Moore Catholic as Cangiano gets to the hoop.
Good job off the screen, getting some separation, and just like that, it's a one-possession game.
Moore Catholic picks up 1-2-2, and Guerrero turns it over. It'll be a 30-second timeout by Cathedral Prep. Eric Nauman not liking the way his team ended the first half, certainly not liking the first half minute here as well of the second half.
No, and I think one thing too, Dylan, as we look at the replay, when we were talking to him about the keys to the game earlier in the week and about what he needed to do, it was stopping Moore Catholic getting shots off. And something that Moore Catholic has been doing is been getting the open look. So there you see the keys to the game. So what you want to do, you have to communicate on defense. Well, there's been some lapses in judgment over the last minute and a half for Cathedral Prep, and be patient on offense. Saw a lot of forced shots for the final 2 minutes of the first half, something that his team is going to have to figure out.
Very similar keys as well for both teams, right? You want to protect the basketball, you want to shoot it well. Moore Catholic has shot it well all season long. In their home win on Staten Island against Cathedral Prep, they scored 34 points in the second half, or third quarter, I should say. That is a great second half. Never mind the middle or the third quarter, 8 minutes there, as again, Carmelango, usually that shooter, right? Cangiano getting to the basket for 2 more. Guerrero up top, open, 3, front rim, no good. Offensive rebound by Volmerhausen. Guerrero this time to the hoop, again off the front rim. Third opportunity, not good. And we're seeing now, John, maybe a little bit of that momentum shifting the way of the boys from Staten Island.
They've been a lot more patient. They've been getting their open shots, and here comes another one.
That was Carmelango rimming around. Volmerhausen the rebound. Tucker, and now Cathedral appears like they want to push. Miskovic taken away, and a blocking foul is called as Cangiano was driving.
Vukai, fantastic job on the strip, leading to the charge on the other end, and the defensive intensity really picking up for the Mavericks.
That was on Volmerhausen, his first. It wasn't a shooting foul, so the Mavericks will inbound underneath. They defeated St. John's Prep 80-51 in the semifinals. Cangiano, game high 26. Vukai, that double-double machine, 24 points, 10 rebounds to lead the way for Moore to get them back in the championship game for the first time in 23 years. Tucker. It's been 12 months since they've last been in this championship game. He is the Crusaders' defensive MVP as well as their floor general. Tough baseline jumper by Volmerhausen.
That's something we got here early for shoot-around, or at least the warm-ups for Cathedral Prep, and that was something that he was working on, about 10 feet out, extended on the block, and seen him hit it a couple of times in an air ball for Moore Catholic.
That was a Rose missing the mark, and that's something, again, they are such a jump shot reliant team, and that jump shot hasn't been there, and again, as a result, they're picking up again their 1-2-2 three-quarter court press. We are at the home of Fordham University's Rams, and what a season they're having in the A-10 this year. 20 wins on the season. Miguel Guerrero picks off that errant pass. Looks to go the other way, and he's picked off. Abu, hands off. I'm comfortable calling him Abu, as that jumper was knocked down by number 15, Christian Trambone, because I see his mom wearing a number 10 Abu jersey, or sweatshirt, so we're going to go with that. If mom called you Abu, we will call you Abu as well.
Well, and that's what they were, they wanted you to be comfortable, Dylan, and that was one of the keys that we didn't put on the graphic, but an unwritten rule for More Catholic.
How about the extra effort by Carmelango to keep that alive after missing the layup, and suddenly More Catholic with a basket here can take the lead. Abu hands off. 3-point shot is good. A big triple by Ryan Arose.
And I'm sure Arose is thinking, about time. More Catholic's gotten some open looks, but has struggled from distance, so they knocked down their first three in quite a while.
Miskovich misses it on the court. We'll have a jump ball. Possession goes to Moore. I like Mike Zay diving on the court. I like his chances, right? This is a football guy. He knows. Ball's on the ground, I'm after it.
Second time that he's been on the ground going for the loose ball.
So More Catholic. Their last trip here was in the year 2000. That was at Iona. Joe Longobardi, 17 points. TJ Burns, the MVP of the postseason. Proud dad Tommy Burns in the stands that night up in New Rochelle. He's on the sideline now coaching these Mavericks. What a turnaround from More Catholic after their struggles early on. There comes Zay! Oh, rims around, no good. Loose ball, it'll go to Cathedral Prep.
Ball almost fell down. It was so close, but love the aggressiveness of Zay, and when you're putting it together defensively, it bleeds over to your offense as well, and that's what Zay brings to More Catholic. When he gets it done defensively, the rest of the team picks it up, and here come the Mavericks again.
Yeah, another full court pressure turnover. Carmelango had the steal. Dribble penetration and the foul! How about Cangiano?
Defense leading to offense again. And just a great job on the reset. As Cangiano. So tough to stop and blowing past the big.
Timeout is called by Cathedral Prep. It will be a full timeout, and we'll take it with them as well. 3:13 left, third quarter. More Catholic has taken momentum here in this third quarter, and they lead at 33-29. You're watching the CHSAA Class B Championship game presented by Maspeth Federal Savings right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media offers live sportscasts for any event. Our productions include announcers, multiple camera angles, graphics, instant replay, and so much more.
Hankinson getting it back. Hankinson going in, dropping it back. The shot of the goal! That's it! That's it! Norton! Pittsburgh, the Class A champions!
If you want to enhance your events or make the experience better for your viewers, reach out to Varsity Media today and learn more about our live sportscast. Contact Varsity Media at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Rose Hill Gymnasium. There is Tommy Burns in his second season as head coach. He's been a fixture on Staten Island. I almost said Long Island there, John Perez. On Staten Island, he was his first coaching job as the free throw is good. You have to go back. He was the freshman coach at Moore, 95 to 99, then went to St. Joe's C. 5 years as a JV assistant, a blocking foul called there on a Rose. He won a Catholic A intersectional title with the JV there as part of those 5 years with the Vikings. Then was a varsity assistant under the best Moore Catholic player of all time, Kyle McLarney. Then the JV head coach. Coach Sinclair is out CYO, as well as the Staten Island Stingrays travel program. 3-point shot rims out, no good. As Moore Catholic will look to go. Was a NYPD detective, retired after 28 years in 2010, was home for about 3 weeks. Wife said, listen, I don't care what you got to do. Get out of the house. You're annoying me. Go get another job.
I feel like you could make that case for any Staten Island resident, right? Or that's the script. But it's a tight-knit community.
Resume a little bit.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And it's a tight-knit community, and, you know, they stay on the island, which is great. Families and generations are born there, and they root for one another. Their sons and daughters attend the same schools, and it's a good little community. I think it gets a bad rap. I enjoy going to Staten Island, for all the Staten Islanders out there.
Burns then worked as that shot blocked on the way up, and Zay comes away with it. Went to work as a private investigator for an insurance company. And now he's on the sideline of Moore Catholic, hoping to guide these Mavericks to their second city championship.
You know, part of the job of being a PI is to see if somebody is fraudulently using, you know, a brace or whatever. And I'm just curious as a coach if I know he's not a doctor, but kind of, you know, tell other players or on other teams, see if they're faking it or not.
Catrez, no good. Abu affected that shot attempt. A lot of Catrez's shots, a little bit too strong, and he is strong, and he is called for the foul.
Moore's just inserting their will and doing all the little things correctly, and it's building up. And you saw this coming. The final minute 10 of the second quarter just had all the momentum defensively, and I give credit to Burns and the personnel on changing on the fly and being so flexible. When we spoke to him during the week, we thought it would just be a running gun, jack up a shot, come back down the floor, and try and push the tempo. They have not done that on offense, and it doesn't matter because they've been getting scoring on the inside and their defense is held pat.
Cathedral just 2 points in this quarter. It was a nightmare third quarter on Staten Island as Catrez is fouled going to the basket.
Well, I mean, if Moore Catholic scores 34 points this quarter, just, you know, you can make your dinner reservation. That's how that's going to go, and that's not what Cathedral's going to want either.
Put up in Arthur Avenue somewhere, I guess. First free throw. That's a nice touch by Catrez. Here you see him again, getting to the hoop on the foul.
Yeah, he got knocked in the dome by Cangiano. Gotta love a player named Cosmo, right?
Knocked down both. Important points for Cathedral Prep, but they still trail by 4 as we approach the final minute of this third quarter. Chance of defense from half, at least, of Rose Hill Gymnasium here tonight. Defense has been strong in the first half, but the shooting is really good right now for Moore Catholic as Carmelango knocks down the triple.
He 1 of 2 in double figures for Moore Catholic as he's got 11 now and just smooth as silk on the jumper.
Inside the final minute, third quarter, 7-point lead for Moore Catholic. They've turned things around in a big way. Their deficit, John, feels like not too long ago was 12 as they struggled to find their shot in the first half. That a deep 2 by Miles Tucker.
If your Cathedral get a stop and a bucket, you call that a win going into the fourth.
There's some open shooters right now, though. Is this another one of those different defensive looks, right? Looks like right now a 2-3 by Cathedral Prep inside the final few seconds. That 3 rims around, no good. Catrez the rebound, outlet to Tucker. 2 seconds. Ooh, no shot, though. That's going to be on the floor as a foul was called on Carmelango. He didn't want to foul. Don't hate the foul, though. Although it does allow Cathedral half court to set up something of a final shot here with 1.7 seconds. Now you definitely don't want to foul. Catrez in front of his own bench. He'll step out. He'll step off the sideline. So .2. Trent Tucker not in the house here tonight. So don't suspect anything here off the inbound. And
that wouldn't have counted anyway. You need .3. But what a fantastic job by Moore Catholic asserting their will in the third quarter. Their defense turning into their offense, and they're 8 minutes away from a championship.
16-point third quarter. Tucker tries to get his guys back into it. 38-33, the lead from Moore Catholic. You're watching the CHSAA Class B championship game presented by Massfield Federal Savings right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Now is the time to order a college recruiting video with Varsity Media. College recruiting videos can save thousands of dollars on college tuition and help land a spot on the team. Our videos include your best plays set to music with spot shadowing effects to help you stand out from the competition. Contact Varsity Media today and mention this ad to save 15%. Call 516-403-2050 or email jeff@varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back to Rose Hill Gymnasium on the campus of Fordham University. Dylan Butler, John Perez. Final 8 minutes of regulation time. We want to remind you as well, you want to hit subscribe here on our YouTube channel. A lot of big Catholic League basketball coming up. We've got a big state championship hockey game as well in the Catholic League coming up on Sunday. So hit subscribe. You want to follow us as well on our social media handles just to make sure you are informed of what's ahead here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
I believe there's a social media contest going on too, and points being awarded to the followers on Instagram too. So if you want your school represented, make sure you smash that follow button on Instagram.
38-33, the lead from Moore Catholic, looking for their second CHSAA title in school history. 3 by Tucker, back rim, no good. And the rebound grabbed by Carmelango. Man, as Carmelango and Cangiano come up huge in this second half to lead Moore Catholic.
Yeah, and they've done a fantastic job defensively, and that's led to their open shots, and they've been able to can them.
Carmelango, 3, no good. Abu is fouled on his way up by Catrez. Oh, excuse me, it's on Macklin. They would have preferred it on Catrez. That is Macklin's 4th.
You know, in watching all the game film and speaking to the coaches as we see the play again, both coaches sung the praises of Abu Vukai and how dynamic he was and how much of a difference maker he was. If I were to tell you, Dylan, before the game, we're not really going to see much of Vukai, you would think this is a Cathedral route. But it just goes to show the depth that the Mavericks have had, and Vukai hasn't gotten warm yet. So look for a big fourth quarter out of Vukai and to propel the Mavericks to their first title since the turn of the millennium.
Quarterfinals against Sacred Heart, all Abu did was score 9 points and grab 21 rebounds.
That's all?
That's a man's game for you. 40-33 the lead for Moore Catholic. Guerrero back out to Tucker. Tommy Burns said he voted for 3 Cathedral prep guys for All-League. Tucker being one of them. He's the guy who did not make All-League, maybe feeling a little bit slighted. Foul line jumper. Catrez in and out. Abu got his fingertips on it, and it fell to Cangiano. And now Moore Catholic feeling comfortable here with a 7-point lead and the ball. Abu, backdoor cut, and that's how it's gone for Moore Catholic as Cangiano, ball kind of deflects. Somehow it gets into his mitts, right, as he's getting to the basket, fouled by Catrez on the way there.
Well, and the difference, too, that we're seeing, Dylan, is that Moore Catholic is just a faster team and a better conditioned team than Cathedral Prep. They're able to slip, run a Princeton offense, have those backdoor cuts, And there you see. You love the strength and size out of Cathedral, but Moore Catholic is just so speedy underneath that they can get past, and if they slip under their defenders, that leads to their wide open opportunities, and it could go one of two ways. They can settle for a jumper, or they can get fouled, and on that last possession, we saw the foul.
In the semifinals against St. John's Prep, Cangiano, he had 3 threes, but all of his points in the second half were not three-pointers. Missed both of those free throws, and Cangiano having a big second half as well. 8 points in that third quarter, 12 on the game. Foul line jumper, no good by Volmerhausen. Again, this is game 1 of 2 for us here in the Varsity Media Sports Network. The Class A championship game tip off at 8 o'clock. Abu! How do you do?
Good job switching hands, getting the bucket. And this should be the largest lead for the Mavericks in the fourth quarter.
4 points in this quarter for Abu. Catrez inside for 2. He's got 8.
Cathedral Prep needed that. Now they've got to get some stops.
42-35, the lead for Moore Catholic. We'll have Nazareth and Monsignor Farrell coming up, as Abe DeMarco affected that ball out of bounds. That game will be at 8 p.m. tonight. Nazareth, all they've done this year is go 26-0. Another team we saw last year at Monroe College. That time, though, they lost to Fordham Prep, and that's kind of where their journey on this undefeated season began. But more on that later on. That 3 off the mark. And now Cathedral, the window opens a little bit. This window of opportunity. Catrez. Tucker was open for a moment. He'll kick it to the corner. Down low. Volmerhausen double team. Back out to DeMarco. Haven't seen a lot of Abe DeMarco. Kind of that backup point guard, but it allows Tucker to be off the ball. Guerrero! A massive three-point shot.
He's such a gritty player. Got it done defensively in the first half. Chipped in with a couple of points at a big 3 for Cathedral.
9 for Guerrero. Cangiano doubled, kicks it out to Carmelango. They're going to dare Zay to shoot from there. Zay instead looks to go to the basket. Hands off. Abu, no good. Zay, the offensive rebound. Shot clock doesn't reset, though. Top of the key 3, off the mark. Cangiano missed it. Here's Volmerhausen getting to the hoop. Volmerhausen can't get it to fall. And a little bit limp right now is Zay as he crosses midcourt. Still sets the screen, goes down as Carmelango. That's the kind of gamer Mike Zay is, man. As Carmelango gets to the basket, a timeout is called by Moore.
Yeah, you see Mike Zay. Volmerhausen not exactly 100% on his wheels either.
Full timeout called by Moore Catholic, and we'll keep it here. And again, want to thank the folks at Leeds Brown Law. The CHSAA basketball playoffs are sponsored by Leeds Brown Law, defending you against workplace discrimination, harassment, and wrongful termination. For more information, visit leedsbrownlaw.com or click the link in the description below. There you see it, the website for Leeds Brown Law. We're back here at Fordham. This, again, the third meeting between these two teams. They split the regular season matchups. A high-scoring affair in, I've been a Queens resident all my life. I think that's East Elmhurst, right? Behind
Cathedral Prep, yeah.
Yeah, right?
You got it.
There you see it, 86-81. What a game by Catrez, man. 34 big boy points in that one. Cangiano, 81. Cathedral could have pulled away in regulation, but Moore rallied. They made it close. Cathedral, they had a chance to win it as well, but Cathedral Prep picked that one up. But Moore Catholic on the return to Staten Island. There you see the final score there, 87-65. Look at those numbers for Abu, right? 19 points, 17 rebounds. Guerrero had 20 for Cathedral Prep, but it was all about that second half, especially the third quarter for Moore Catholic, scoring 34 points. head coach Eric Nauman for Cathedral Prep said that was kind of a lesson for his team, right? Let them kind of suffer and learn a lesson there. He didn't switch out defensively in that one, stayed and played the way that they were playing all game, letting his guys maybe feel that a little bit. Blocking foul on that strong turn to the basket. Count it, Carlos Martinez says. That's a little bit of an NBA continuation, but Catrez gets it.
Well, and that's a spark that Cathedral Prep needed. There you see lowering the shoulder. I mean, I guess Zay didn't set his feet. Either way.
Yeah, it's a foul, but I'm not sure of the continuation. Regardless, here comes Catrez to the line, attempting to make it a one-possession game. Going for point number 11 on the game. Catrez also a rebound away from a double-double, knocks it down. Here we go, 3:43 to go. The ebbs and flows of a championship game, you love it. John Perez.
Absolutely love it. This atmosphere has been amazing all evening.
Carmelango to Zay. He's staying in there, limping a moment ago. Carmelango hands off. Jumper off the mark. Guerrero can't rip it down. Tucker, that's not where you want to inbound it. And fouled on his way up with Zay. That is basketball 101, John Perez. You never save the ball underneath your own basket.
No, it's wishes he could have had it back, but Zay, just how about the grittiness of him in this second half has been fantastic. Diving on the loose ball. Love the throwback curled up shorts as well. He's a gamer.
He's the guy who will do all the dirty work. We've seen him dive for loose balls. And there you see again, you love the hustle, but Tucker's got to find a different place to throw that ball. Maybe throw it off the leg. Listen, it's tough because you want to reward the extra effort, and maybe that works out well for Tucker because Zay misses both free throws.
That's a low percentage play though, Dylan. You don't want to do it again.
Correct. Tucker off the screen by Volmerhausen. Elbow jumper. No good. Look at Catrez. He and Abu battle. Catrez is like, where's the foul? Carlos Martinez inbound for.
Well, he was asking Bukai where the foul was too.
Tucker to inbounds. Volmerhausen. He's been quiet here tonight at Fordham. Catrez back out to DeMarco. He'll swing it. I love this decision late in the game, too, by Cathedral Prep. You get DeMarco in, you get another ball handler, right? And Catrez, the deep two from the corner. We've got a one-point game. But look at coming down the other side. Cangiano for two.
That's how you answer back, Cangiano, knowing that Cathedral Prep wasn't getting back on defense, sprinted up the floor.
But I love getting DeMarco in. You've got another ball handler and allows this man, if you want to play him on the ball or off the ball, you can do that. Oh, look at a crossover, Tucker. And he'll go. Ooh, I was going to say to the foul line. Eric Nauman said he was going up. The officials say otherwise.
And that's on Zay. It should be his fourth.
Yep. Team foul-wise, it is Moore's fifth. Volmerhausen. Guerrero, the fake. Off rim, no good. Tucker, the rebound. He kind of forced that one a little bit.
Yeah, rushed it. Had some time. Could have taken it back and
start a new possession. Yep. Inside the final 2 minutes of this fourth quarter. Carmelango to Zay. We invite you to stick around here post-game as Zay, foul line jumper off the mark for all of the post-game festivities as well as an interview with the player of the game as well. Catrez, big second half for the big man. Back out to Guerrero. 3-point ball game as we approach 90 seconds. Ooh, a little cramping perhaps as Guerrero goes down.
You're right on the cramp. He I don't know if he landed on his leg awkwardly earlier, but you could see that coming a mile away a few minutes ago as well as he ends Zay, and there you see just a cramping on the calf. And either way, Nauman called a timeout, so he should be charged for the timeout, even though there is an injured player on the floor. And
is that an official's timeout?
Well, that's what I'm curious about. Carlos Martinez, the crew chief, and we haven't seen him signal to the table. But just a tough time to deal with the cramp, and especially with 1:33 left in the ballgame.
46-43 the lead for Moore Catholic. Final moments here, or final 1:33 of this fourth quarter, as Guerrero will go off. Here's a look at the all-league team. You see Kaplan from Cristo Rey, your player of the year. Kevin Cullen, the longtime Regis head coach, your coach of the year. And then a lot of these guys here doing battle here tonight, part of that all-league team.
Yeah, you see Catrez, Cangiano, just littered, Ukai, Volmerhausen. Congratulations to all the all-league recipients.
Now the problem here from Cathedral, Guerrero's been such a beast, especially rebounding the basketball. And those cramps, they don't go away, and you don't have a lot of time right now to deal with it. Shot clock winding down. Look at DeMarco, a big rebound, no good. Macklin with his fourth foul, looking to battle for that loose ball, and he knew he had to pull back. So it's a one-possession game as we approach the final minute of this fourth quarter. Carmelango, hands off. Cangiano, another massive basket for Moore Catholic. And Cathedral Prep will have the ball.
Yeah, and Carmelango almost had the steal there as well. Cathedral needs a basket. They've got 2 timeouts remaining, too.
16 points, 5 rebounds for Cangiano. Catrez, he lost it. Abu, the takeaway. They could take their time. They go to the hoop instead, and too strong. Tucker the other way, 35 seconds left. Down low, Macklin switches hands, lefty layup, no good. Abu the rebound, and he is fouled by Tucker.
Good defensive stand by Moore Catholic, now under 30 seconds away from a title. And there you see, good job by Zay. Vukai is there to get the rebounds. And some window dressing time for Moore Catholic.
It is a single bonus as Vukai will go to the line. He is 2 for 2 from the foul line, so short sample size for Vukai, who averages 14.2 points, 11 rebounds per game. What a big one. 29 seconds left in the championship game. You're all alone. You've got no teammates around you. But that also is the confidence that the Mavericks have in you to knock that down. First is good. Second is short. But it's a 49-43 lead for Moore Catholic. DeMarco, Cathedral needs points in a hurry. Volmerhausen will heave it up from 3. Good. And a timeout by Cathedral Prep.
Don't sleep on Cathedral Prep. It's a 3-point game. On a fantastic flare screen up top. And Volmerhausen just threw it up and connected.
It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them as well. 17.5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 3-point lead for Moore Catholic in the CHSAA Class B championship game, presented by Massillon Federal Savings, right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Rose Hill Gymnasium on the campus of Fordham University. Dylan Butler, John Perez here with you on the Varsity Media Sports Network. 49-46 the lead for Moore Catholic. They've got the ball. Foul situation, you've got 7 for Cathedral. So it's still the single bonus, and it's stolen. Tucker, no foul called. Macklin the putback, and he was fouled on his way up.
Moore Catholic a little too careless with the basketball. And Moore Catholic has 3 timeouts, so if you don't get an open shot or an open passing lane, you can call a timeout. Tucker so close. Good closeout defense by Cangiano, but not enough to stop Macklin.
Tommy Byrne, did he in fact call a timeout now? He did call his team over. Oh, excuse me, it was the 5th and final foul on Zay. So that's why you get that timeout without the timeout for Moore Catholic. 13.9 seconds, and a little nerves here for Tommy Burns, and you expect that a little bit, right? Late in the game as Macklin to the line for 2 massive free throws. No good on the first attempt.
All right, so here, Dylan, you can miss this and try and shoot up a 3, and that's exactly what Burns is going to tell his team about, is if Macklin does not make the shot, box out, get the rebound.
I think it's that, John, but I think it's also, here's what we do on the inbound. Here's who we want to get the ball. Here's how we get him the ball as well. As we take a look at some of the previous champions, and we saw it again last year. We were on the air for that one there up in New Rochelle. Cathedral Prep beating St. John's Prep 77-64. Before that, Regis had a great run. Regis Salesian really doing battle there, right? Salesian winning in 2020. Regis beating Salesian the year before. Regis beating LaSalle. LaSalle beating Sacred Heart. Salesian beating Sacred Heart. Regis over Salesian as well. Regis over Sacred Heart. And Scanlon. What a story that was as well. That was Scanlon. That was Wayne Mitchell's first or second season with Scanlon. They were winless the year before, and now we see them, of course, now up in the AA, battling the likes of Christ the King and Hayes and all of the like up in the AA. So let's see what Macklin does here with his second free throw. I say make it and full court press.
Well, he tried to make the last one.
And that's good. And a foul was called. And again, single bonus. So Carmelango to the line. Foul on Tucker. Carmelango, 3 of 4 from the line.
Remember, you've got timeouts on both sides.
Buries it. Good look there at Carmelango. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Second one, no good. Volmerhausen inside the final 10 seconds. What do we got? Timeout by Cathedral Prep. It'll be a full, but we'll stay right here with 8.9 seconds left. If you're enjoying this sportscast, hey, listen, you could bring your game to life with the Varsity Media Sportscast. We've got announcers like John and I, instant replays, multiple cameras, graphics, great for rivalry games, senior day, just general promotion of your team. Contact us to book a sportscast, 516-403-2050, or visit varsitymedia.net. 8.9 seconds left in this CHSAA Class B intersectional championship game. Moore Catholic with a 50-47 lead. Cathedral has the ball.
Love to see them draw up a play for Tucker. Haven't really gotten him involved recently, and Moore Catholic's done a good job defensively, but maybe throw a couple of screens out there, get an open look for Tucker. Try and tie this game.
Tucker is the only, Tucker and Guerrero and Volmerhausen. You get three guys who have hit three-pointers here today, but we saw Guerrero leave the game a few moments ago, cramping up. And DeMarco will inbound at half court. 8.9 seconds left, fourth quarter. DeMarco's got to get it in. He gets to Macklin, gets the ball right back. DeMarco drives, looking for options. Finds Tucker. Tucker into the corner. Catrez rims around, no good! And Moore Catholic. Hey, man, they're 2-0 in the Catholic Class B championship game, but it is their first championship in 23 years. Ironically, their opponent back in 2000 was Cathedral Prep. And Moore Catholic again celebrates the CHSAA Class B intersectional title.
Congratulations to Moore Catholic. Good job on the closeout defense. What a comeback and what a story for the Mavericks.
16 points and 5 rebounds for Cosmo Cangiano to lead the way. 14 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds as well for Carmelango. Those we said to you at the beginning of the game were your players to watch, and man, did they deliver. And of course, Vukai as well. Didn't get his double-double, but 7 points and 9 rebounds, and a big 9 points as well from Ryan Arose to lead the way for Moore Catholic in this 50-47 win to capture the CHSAA Class B intersectional championship game. Tough loss for Cathedral Prep, but in that losing effort, they did get some big games by Logan Catrez, who had 13 points and 12 rebounds. A double-double as well for Mike Volmerhausen with 11 points and 10 rebounds. And Zaire Macklin, only a sophomore, 6 points and 7 rebounds as well. Congratulations to head coach Tommy Burns and the Mavericks of Moore Catholic winning this championship. They improved to 16-11. They've got a Catholic state championship to play for as well. As now the post-game festivities underway. The Crusaders will get their awards first. A tough loss for Cathedral Prep. And again, these two teams split during the regular season. As there is Cosmo Cangiano. And this, I believe, is the all-league team being introduced to this crowd. Volmerhausen next up. Yeah, this is your all-league team. You see Kevin Cullen, the Regis head coach, there as well. And then they'll go into the individual awards as well. We showed you that all-league team before, and we'll show you those guys again. Again, Justin Capellan from Cristo Rey, your most valuable player, and there you see as well the guys from Moore and Cathedral Prep. Brendan O'Keefe from Regis joining it. Timothy Richardson as well, a terrific year for St. John's Prep. A couple of guys, Sebastian Jackson and Max Abrahams, from Kennedy Catholic. Michael Donahue as well from Regis, and again, Kevin Cullen, the coach of the year in the CHSAA Class B. So Staten Island, and there you see it, the old league selections. So Staten Island, in their first of 2 championship games, 1-0. You've got Farrell coming up here as well at 8 o'clock. Hey, man, St. Peter's is in the AA quarterfinals as well. It's been a good year for Staten Island Catholic League basketball as well. And a terrific game here for Moore Catholic, winning it 50-47. So the old league selections, or the old league honors. So we'll take a quick break as they continue with the all-league selections, and then we'll come back with a trophy presentation for Moore Catholic, your CHSAA Class B championships, right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Maspeth Federal Savings is here through it all. The ins and outs, the ups and downs. Through the winters, the summers, and even the spring of leaks, know that Maspeth has your back. From luxury sheets to balance sheets to dancing under the stars, your mission is our mission. And when our community calls, we proudly step forward. So whether you need it now or planning for tomorrow, through all the twists and all the turns, you can always find us right here in your neighborhood.
Varsity Media offers live streaming, videography, and photography services for all teams and individuals of all ages. In business since 2010, we are the trusted source when it comes to sports media coverage. If you have a big game that needs to be filmed or live streamed, or an athlete in need of action photography, reach out today and save 15% when you mention this ad. Contact us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking to advertise? Well, Varsity Media is the perfect place for you. We offer affordable rates both inside our live stream broadcast and through our social media channels. With coverage all over Long Island targeting the 16 to 54 demographic, why not take advantage and advertise today? For pricing and inventory availability, contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back to Rose Hill Gymnasium. Still going over some all-league awards, but hey, we've got our player of the game right now on the baseline. It is Cosmo Cangiano, and he's with our John Perez.
All right, Cosmo, first championship since 2000. What's going through your mind?
I'm just really happy. It's a crazy game. We didn't play as good as, we thought we would coming out, but we fought through it. They're a good team too. They fought, but we pulled it out, and it's nice. We made history. Moore has been a school that people would usually just run over, and now we, made a change to our team.
What does it say to be a part of that group that has changed the reputation for the better?
It's just great. On Staten Island especially, there's so many good schools and stuff, and Moore's just overlooked, and now, we're doing a lot. We worked hard to get to this point, and we finally succeeded, and it feels good to be a part of it.
I got to ask you, what worked so well defensively in that second quarter for you guys to get momentum and ultimately come back?
They came out hot. We're a man-to-man team, but they came out really hot. So we switched it to a zone, and they weren't able to get, as comfortable shots off. And, it just worked best for us. We stuck through it and held them to a lot less points.
Cosmo, as a captain, what are you going to remember about this group?
Just all the work that we put in. Every day at practice, whether we wanted to be there or not, we were still there working hard. And just happy that we're here and we succeeded.
That's Cosmo Cangiano. The C's stand for champions. Dylan, we'll send it back up to you.
Thanks, John, and congratulations to Cosmo. And what a feeling it must be as a senior to make history at Moore Catholic, their first championship in 23 years. Incredible stuff for Moore Catholic, and it was a season where their head coach, Tommy Burns, says he felt that we kind of overachieved. At the beginning of the year, they lost one of their starting guards, Chris Ferrara, to an ACL. That was in September. And Dom DiFiore, another starter, moved to New Jersey. So now you're down 2 guys who you had high expectations for. They started feeling pretty good. They had some guys banged up. Burns said the Mavericks stayed the course. They played Farrell and C, who were both in the A semifinals. They play in that tough Staten Island division as well. So you play all of the teams in the A ahead of you. They beat St. John's Prep by 14 before Christmas. And that, at the time, Tommy Burns thought was one of their better games. And then kind of a mini slump from there. They went 2-5 in their next 7 games. But at that point, John Perez, after that win over St. John's Prep, and Burns didn't want to call it a slump, but you go 2-5, a little bit of time for the heart-to-heart, and the captains, the leaders, and you spoke to one of them there, and Cosmo Cangiano pulled the team together, a team meeting. Burns not part of that. He let the guys kind of police themselves, figure things out, and he said the call from his captains was, Coach, we're good, we're in going forward.
And it's good when you have a captain like Cangiano who pressed the right buttons, said the right words, but it also means so much more coming from one of your own. If you're one of those players that is not exactly getting it done or, getting it done to the level that you expect it to be. These are guys that hold each other accountable, and Cangiano just said that in the past. People would look over Moore Catholic, and he told his team, is this the reputation that you want? That Moore Catholic is just an easy out? The team obviously disagreed, and there you go from there. Champions now in Class B.
And still more to play for. You've got a Catholic state championship and perhaps even a federation as well to play for. And you consider some of the greats in Moore Catholic history. Of course, the greatest of all time, Kyle McInerney. Of course, the all-time leading scorer in Staten Island history, played at Notre Dame as well, professionally in France, one of 8 1,000-point scorers. Ramel Santos as well, one of those 3 in school history to score 1,000 points and win. As well, the Jakes Award, Cliff Wilford, who graduated in '88, another Jakes Award winner. Brian Antonelli, the second all-time leading scorer with 1,228 points. But what they don't have is what these guys have, a city championship in their hands, and what a job that Moore Catholic has done. Not easy, and again, you play a really tough schedule when you're one of the Catholics on Staten Island because you play Farrell, you play C, you play in the Staten Island High School League against all the public schools as well. So they're 16-11 now, but all of those tough battles on the way get you prepared for this postseason run. And
not to mention going against St. Peter's, a AA team as well that we'll have on the Varsity Media Sports Network against Cardinal Hayes on Sunday. Be sure to subscribe for that. Yeah, it's a tough league out in Staten Island. It's a lot of homegrown talent. It's a lot of guys that grow up with each other and are now going to different schools. And so there's bragging rights on the line. There's different levels of athleticism. And for Moore Catholic, they now have etched their names in stone in terms of champions in this league. And just a fantastic job all around. Burns getting the team to buy in, getting his captains to buy in, and a fantastic job. And there you see Cathedral coming off. Nothing to hang your heads about. A great run for the Crusaders, and it's always tough, right? The runner-ups are never happy. The hardest medal to get and the most heartbreaking medal or award is always the silver medal or second place, but I know it stings now for Cathedral Prep, but they have a lot to be proud of this year.
And their head coach, Eric Nauman, said that this year's championship game run was a bit more of a surprise than last year. He kind of thought they'd be good, that they get a shot to be here, but he said, listen, we were not the favorites coming in. It was absolutely Moore Catholic who were the favorites, he said that if they would have won their last 2 games of the year, they would have been the top seed. They lost to Moore, as we mentioned, on Staten Island, and they lost to St. John's Prep. They finished 4th, but he liked the matchup against Regis better in the semifinals. He said this year too, it's been ironic because they played so many close games, either win or lose. That Moore game was a bit of an aberration, I should say, out in Staten Island because they don't get blown out. This another tough, tight loss, but you got to feel he's got his guys going, right? I mean, you lose some seniors as well, obviously, Volmerhausen and Tucker, guys who have been so key, but you've got Catrez back. You got Macklin, who's only a junior. Miskovich, only a sophomore. And he said, we've got 6-7 boys coming in as freshmen. He liked what he saw from those guys, so I think Cathedral Prep is another team that you're going to see here making noise for the years to come in the B division.
And not just that, they now have this taste in their mouth. They know what it's like to get to the championship game, know what goes into that effort, what it takes to get to this match, and then ultimately lose, and they know what it takes now to win.
Last act here, you have Freddie Opper from Cardinal Spellman giving out the awards. Fred Opper in his last season as a head coach. What a terrific career. When we've shown you that graphic of the all-time winningest coaches, the current coaches, Freddie Opper right up there among the best in the league. Just a tremendous fixture for decades up at Cardinal Spellman. We wish Opper the best in his retirement after this season.
Big shoes to fill for Opper. Congratulations on his career, and good to see him one more time before the lights get turned off.
So the Mavericks getting introduced, lining up at the foul line as well. Pete Goyko, formerly of Bishop Ford, making sure he's been through a few of these in his history. He knows exactly where to line guys up for that perfect photo that these guys will no doubt have for a lifetime, as now Tommy Burns makes his way out. He'll get congratulations from Paul Gilberry, Freddie Opper, and Ray Nash. And there's that trophy that they've waited 23 years to hold. And Burns will get his guys lined up to take this picture that you've got to imagine inside a Moore Catholic in that trophy case. This picture will be forever.
You're not just that at the Burns household too, right? Obviously his son winning MVP in a championship back in his day, and now one for Dad as a coach.
And don't forget Todd as well. TJ was the MVP. Todd played just before that. So a terrific legacy of Burns boys at Moore, and now a proud papa as well as the head coach, helping lead Moore Catholic to the CHSAA Class B championship game. Congratulations to Moore Catholic on their title. We still have one more game left for you tonight here at Fordham's Rose Hill Gymnasium. We switch to the Class A championship game. That'll be an 8 o'clock tip between Nazareth and Monsignor Farrell. Undefeated Nazareth. Farrell hoping to ride a little bit of this Staten Island momentum and maybe make it a clean sweep for the boys from Staten Island. That would be quite a story as well. But that'll do it here from the CHSAA Class B championship for our entire varsity media crew. Our executive producer, Ben Turchin. Our technical director, Chris Sweeney. Travis DeLuise and Ron Pierre bringing you all those moving images. And, of course, for my broadcast partner as well, John Perez. I'm Dylan Butler, thanking you for joining us here from Rose Hill Gymnasium. We look forward to seeing you at 8 o'clock for the Class A title game.